Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Let me lower my microphone a little bit. How are you doing? Happy Friday to everyone. Hello SLT Snake, hello 3277, welcome to the stream. It's Friday and today we are going to have a look on a few things. It is a quite different stream than the previous ones that I did. We are not going to mess at all with the PyStorm or things like that, but as you can see on your screen, I'm going to do a little bit of 3D stuff, and I'm going to explain what we are going to work today. I don't know if you remember this 1200. This is my old 1200 with the Blizzard 1213 there, with a lot of stuff laying around inside the case, and we are going to work on a few things. So I will show you what is the goal and what I want to create today, and with your help and your company we will start doing stuff. So before I start, how are you doing, guys? How was your week? Everything good from your side? So I'm going to open the case. It is already not screwed, and let's see what we have here. All good, Chitu, that's great. That's great. So if you remember this machine, it has a Blizzard 1230 and a SCSI as well. It has this Prisma card, and underneath I have this Indivision card for the native screens to go through the HDMI. I have a Solas board over here for the lighting inside the case. SLT Snake's 1200 not closed, very common. Yeah, exactly. And actually I haven't closed that because I want to make a lot of changes. And if you remember, I showed that before in these streams. I have this RP2040 that is connected to the SCSI and is used as a hard drive. The reason why I prefer to do that is because this has DMA and is much faster than using the internal IDE, and it behaves very well. On the system is really stable, and you can get almost 8.5 megabytes per second with this SCSI. And I also have here, I don't know if it is visible on your screens, but I have a floppy terminator. So what is the goal? The goal is, what I want to do is, since I removed the floppy drive, I would like to set up a little bit the stuff in here and make it a little bit more stable, instead of having things floating around, to have them stabilized in a base. And the idea is I would like to have this SCSI controller to have it in place of the floppy drive, so that you can have access from the outside to the SD card, something like that placed here. That would be helpful because I could remove the SD card if needed without messing with my case and not opening that. I would like to also, in one of my previous streams I showed you this little board which is called BassMX. This one adds a lot of bass into the sound from Pola, and enhances the audio a lot. And the idea is to remove the headers at some point and put it inside here, something like that. And from the headers to put here a way to have access to the audio from the outside. And since that is taking audio from the output of the Amiga here, I would like to connect it internally underneath the board, and everything is going to be internal without having anything external. That is a big thing to do, I know, but I think that will make it quite useful and get rid of a few cables. SLD Snake says the Pola sound mode seems familiar to me. Maybe it's commented at some forum. Yes, yeah, it is. And I think right now you can find it and buy it from the amigashop.net from Alinea. They have it available and you can order it. This is a great board because it makes the audio quite different. It is great. If you check the BassMX, if you try to find the official website, actually I might be able to show that to you. Let me. We are listening to mods from the mods.abibe.net, a great website. I saw that before in this stream. Let's try. Yeah, edsa.uk/BassMX. It will lead you to the website from the creator of this board, and this is. There are some audio files here to listen the before and after the sound of some music. Let me try if I can play that here for you to check out. For example, we have Lotus Turbo Challenge 2, the original. And let's listen to the same track with BassMX. I hope that the difference is obvious there, and it is a great little board. That's why I would like to have that in my inside the Amiga instead of having that externally. It gets also 5 to 12 volt power, so this could be taken from the floppy drive power cable. So that is something that I need to do in the future. But for today, I want to design the base or of on where these things are going to be standing, and how exactly this is going to be inside the case. I haven't done that before. I never designed anything in 3D that it can be printed. So this is the first time that I'm doing something like that. And the tool that I am using, I'm going to describe that to you right now. So the tool that I am using is called Ondsel ES. But this is let's say a fork of FreeCAD. This is completely free. You can download it and use it on many different operating systems. I'm not an expert on that at all, like many things I am using. This project is this application is free of charge, and I'm using that. I started using that the last week, so I'm not an expert. I started building something here, as you can see, which is a base that is going to, these holes here are, I'm hoping that are going to align with the drive holes that where you can screw the drive on the case at the back of the case. So I hope that these are going to be there, and this is going to be in the place where you have the drive button, and that side is going to be closer to the blizzard. So I hope to have here a hole that you can use the extra stand that the drive has, and screw the that stand with the base. So what I need to do here is to create a similar stands for putting down the RP2040, this SCSI board. It has only two places where you can put your two screws, but I don't think that it needs any more actually. And the idea is that this is going to be facing from this side. So from this side we are going to have the SD. I find that tool is, it's based on FreeCAD and it has a lot of options, but this version, it is more oriented to people who want to create models to 3D print. So I hope that is going to make my life easier. What I did actually, it was to find a similar base that is for Gotek. There are a lot of them out there, freely available. You can download and print them, and I have that here. Let me show that. Yes. So I used that as a model The colors, I put this weird color so that I can distinguish it from mine, and also I could see it when I need it to find the exact position of the items. So far I have put these holes here. You have seen what exactly I built, but that's the model that I found, so I need also to create this part over here, maybe. But first of all, I would like to start with this kind of stands and put them in the right place. ZuluSCSI looks good. Do you have the exact measurements, in example, for the drive holes? Actually, I haven't measured that, but I based on this model, so I took the same positions that this model had it. I have here, if you, let me clear that. I don't know how visible it is, but here you might see there is a measurement between these two holes, which says that it is 70 millimeters. So this is something that I could measure. Usually when you have to do things like that, you have to use one of these tools, which is a vernier caliper. This is quite useful because you are able to measure anything. The top side is for this side is for if you want to measure like a hole. This side is if you want to measure between two edges, and it also has this at the end, this extension like that, which is usually to measure things like a tube and get the depth of a tube or something. So I have this one. It's not the one that I bought, is one of the cheap ones. It has all the measures here and you have to understand where exactly it is. There are some others who have some small LCD and are more accurate. We will see how it goes. So one of the first things that I would like to start with is let's say that we have to put this on the base, and I would like to create these two holes. Now I don't believe and I don't expect that the first print that I'm going to do is going to be 100% accurate, and I will not need to develop any other copy or make changes. I believe that it's going to be a disaster, the first one, but it's going to be my first 3D printed item. The other thing that I'm thinking about is, since I'm going to design it, at some point to try to create it with cardboard and see like a prototype, a fast prototype, and see how accurate it is or not. We will see. But the thing is, the reason why I would like to do it is that a lot of times we need to make things for our Amigas and for our cases. So if I can ever make something useful, I think that anyone is going to be able to do the same thing. So let's see. If you have any question about the program or anything, please let me know. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube about FreeCAD and this application, the Ondsel, which is pretty much the same application, but it has different ways of setting up the environment. What would be great if we had a way to do these things on Amiga. We have 3D applications, right? So I believe that this could be possible. The only thing that we would need is to have a way to convert that model that you will create, let's say on Lightwave or Cinema 4D or anything, sorry, to convert it to STL, which is one of the formats that can be used with a 3D printer. Would Blender be an option? Yeah, it is an option, and actually there are plugins, especially for Blender, for doing this kind of things. There are a lot of applications out there. The only application that I found that has a myriad of options and features and is completely free, and you can export the files on many different formats, is the FreeCAD and the Ondsel. For example, if I want to export, sorry, let's export here. These are all the different formats that you can use, and the STL mesh is the one that is the more used, let's say, format for this kind of files for 3D printing. And it actually can import STLs as well, and you can use them. The model that I showed you earlier, this one here, was from an STL that I brought here, but I tried to recreate it so that first of all to learn the application, and secondly to understand, to make it as close to what I want as I can. Chip says always for Blender would be okay, different beast to master both. To create the model, I think it will be just fine. The problem with the OS4 version of Blender is that it is quite old, and I doubt that there is a plugin to convert or export to STL. Then you should go to take this model and import on PC and create the STL. Okay, let's see now what we can do. So, taking this board, if I go and measure the holes, if I can, this kind of information actually can be taken from the creator of these boards. Probably they have something, a schematic or something that could be useful and give you the dimensions. From what I see, it's 20 millimeters. So I'm going to create something here. I have these holes like that. So I'm going to create a new one. Again, this stream is not a tutorial for FreeCAD. I'm going to try to remember everything I have seen so far, and yeah, just instead of doing it on my own, I just decided to do it on stream. So what I need to create, I have the body for what I need to create, and I need a sketch here on this plane. You can select the plane that you are going to sketch something. So I need this plane, the XY plane, and also have in mind that this application might crash, so it needs to save a lot of times. So we have the sketch. With the sketch we can create a hole, for example here. This is going to be not too empty. Let's see. So I created this sketch, which if we rotate, we see it at the bottom of this item. Okay, and then we have to make it 3D, and you have to, since it is selected, you have to click on Pad, and that makes it 3D. Now I think it would be better if I could make it cancel. Can I change the size? Yes. Instead of 2 millimeters, let's make it 4. Okay, like that, and close. .5. Okay, I will go with the same. Okay. .5. Great. And where is it? Over here. Great. And then close. And then I will click on Pad and make it 3D, which can you see here. Perfect. And the reason why I did that bigger is I want to go and add the hole in the middle. So remember, how can I do that? Hey Rotormodernix, welcome to the stream. What are you building? Drive sled for Gotek? It seems like for Gotek, but it's not actually for Gotek. It's I want to build a base to put in there on top of that this SCSI controller that I have for my 1200. So the idea is from the outside, from the side of the drive, I would like to have the SD card, and that's what I'm building right now. The program that I'm using is based on FreeCAD, is a fork of FreeCAD, and it's completely free. I guess that's why it has that name. But it is this one is the fork is named Ondsel, which is a little bit different from FreeCAD in a way that it makes it more easy for people that want to create models to 3D print. Not that you can't do the same things with FreeCAD, but the user interface is a little bit different. And I'm trying to understand it because I just used it a couple of days ago. I started using it. This stream is not a tutorial. I'm just doing my stuff live. And what do we have here? I have the body selected and I can create a sketch, I hope, on this plane, which means that I can go here and say, let me create one more, which is going to be 2 millimeters. Okay, close. Okay. Actually, there is a way to make the position accurate, 100% accurate, but I'm not quite well, I don't know how to do it quite well. I think you have to use these constraints here. So say that this and yeah, I'm not sure how this can be done. Okay, close, and I'm not sure I do that correctly. Yeah, it has 2 cycles, so I need to do the same. Delete that. Okay. Go here and here, create a new one. This. Okay, close, and this is going to make it a hole, I think. So if we go from the top, yes, you see now that there is a hole for that. So I have this one done. The trick now is to find where exactly I'm going to put it. And this is a little bit, it has the double of this, let me see, this is 6 millimeters. So this is 10, I think. The height is 10 millimeters, that's, I think, perfect. But let me save it and check my model that I found online. check this stand here. Let me measure it. You have here the ruler and that. Should be 11.8. So let's say 12 millimeters. The reason why I take this measurement is this is for a Gotek, so I guess it should be measured for the board of the Gotek to be in the same height of the entrance of the floppies. So let me hide that, let me delete this one, and I will make this 12 millimeters. Now the other tricky thing is where exactly should I have it. For sure not at this position that it is right now. The board, the cycle from the board is around 3 millimeters. The, let's say, hole starts from the board, and if we expect that this board is going to be close to the floppy, I would suggest that, let me see, can I have from here to here, and let me move it. Okay, so if this is 8 millimeters, I hope that this will be less. I measure that. Let's see. If I bring my Amiga here, yeah, that is right. Okay, so I see that the gap for the floppy button is around that position. So what I will do is take this item and move it like that. How far is this going to be? So I hope that this part is going to be, let's see, from here to here, how far it is. It should be 3.7. 3.7. Let's measure it from here. Here. How much it is? 32. 32. Sorry. It's not that accurate. Let's say from this to this. 30. Okay. More or less. So that side is not touching the end of the case, and that might make sense because the case at the top side, it has this curve over here. I don't know if you can see it, which needs to be avoided. So yeah, okay, so that means that there are 5 millimeters space. Okay, so if we say that the space is 5 millimeters over here, let's say, where should I put that so that it can be externally accessible? Okay. Since this is set, this is 3 millimeters, so 3 millimeters. Needs a few more millimeters to go outside. Should the SD go outside the floppy space? Would that be wise? Maybe not that much. what I am thinking is to now this card has the SD over here. It has the SD. The SD needs it is possible just to push it inside, and then it gets more outside. It has more space so that you can grab it and remove it. So the SD to the board is around 3 millimeters, and the board to the start of the hole here is 3 more millimeters. So what I'm thinking is that if there is a space of 5 millimeters between the case and the base here, 5 millimeters, if I have 6 millimeters here, that means that this board is going to be outside, this SD is going to be outside the floppy, the space of the floppy. So what I would like to do is to give it some space more, 3 more millimeter space. So I'm going to have this edge at 4 millimeters from the edge. Okay. Let me see. 4 millimeters from the edge. So let me move it here and measure that. 7 here. 7. Screen please, yes. Yeah, alright, thanks. So this is actually 7 millimeters. That's not possible. Because that hole should be 10 millimeters. So if this hole is 2 millimeters, this cannot be 7 millimeters. Right? So I think something else is present. To calculator. The reject button is nice, but you can get rid of it. Yeah, you can. Music is too loud, sorry. Now it is better? How it sounds now? Hey Telos Regio, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Great. So let me see how can this be used. Distance, angle, length, okay. No. I don't get what exactly that measures. I'm doing fine. I'm trying to do my first 3D model ever for my 1200 and I can assure you that is not a piece of cake. I'm trying to understand how to use this tool. This is based on FreeCAD and is one of the best tools to use out there, I think, or that's what I'm told. I think that hole is too big. Okay, it crashed. Nice. And I probably did something stupid here and that's why it crashed. As long as the OBS is not crashing, that's better. Ryan, what I'm trying to do is create a base for this card and this card to be placed in inside the 1200. Ryan says it's good to know that it is not just Amiga that crashes. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Amiga, it is pretty logical that sometimes it crashes. These things should never crash. These are, let's say, professional tools, and they should never crash. So instead of 2 millimeters, I will make it a little bit smaller, although that, no, this hole here that I'm trying to reproduce is 2 millimeters. So I will leave it as it is. Should I make the outside bigger? Actually, you have to make it a little bit smaller because the screw should be able to make the path in there. Should I make it 1.8? I don't think that it will harm anyone. Let's keep it that way. Ryan says, nice one, good. I never got a 3D printer after all. Me neither. The plan is to make the model that I want and then send it to some kind of websites, companies here in Ireland or somewhere else and 3D print them for me. Javier says, welcome Javier. Javier says, and what the fuck is that? A 3D printing? yeah. Today the stream is completely different but related with the Amiga because I'm trying to create a base for my Amiga parts and this is going to go inside the 1200. So, and because this 1200 is going to get a lot of things fixed in there because parts are floating inside the case, I want to create a few bases that will be useful to make things more stable. Now I'm trying to understand how to measure things, and one of the things that I saw earlier is that this, the center of this, should be around the end or the start of this fake button here. So let me move it up. And now the thing is that I want from this side to be 4 millimeters further. So let's see, if I go here, it's -3, or here is -2. Okay, -2.5.6 and 7. Okay, let's do it 3.8. No, 0.3. No. Okay. 4.4, and I want it 4 millimeters to the right. That's what I said. So something like that. That's not the best way for me to do it, but since I'm not an expert with this tool, I'm doing my best. And there's no problem that it touches this button, this part. It doesn't harm anyone. So if this is the base for this here, for this hole, we need to create one more further, and let's see how far this should be. Maybe if I measure that without breaking the board, preferably. Six centimeters. Okay, so can I copy that, everything from it, and paste it, paste. Okay, that's the one. And now I have to move it over here. Okay, let me no, actually we have that here in property view. Y64 should be there. I hope. Javier says floating, just use hot glue. Yeah, right. Yeah. The thing is that you are right, hot glue is the best thing to use. But the thing is that this board I would like to be, you know, I need some extra features. I need to be placed in parallel with the drive, the floppy drive space, where you put the floppies. I removed the floppy drive, so I have to put it over there and be able to have access to the SD card. That's my weird feature that I would like to have. Hey Amiga, welcome to the stream. FreeCAD, yes, exactly. So the thing is that I need this to be accessible from outside, and I don't want to use an extender. Chito says the other holes have some support plastic. Maybe it's necessary for 3D printed plastic. Actually, it's not necessary. I put them there just to make it more solid, because it's going to be screwed from outside of the case. Maybe it is necessary, maybe not. It just makes this part, this hole, more stable, and have in mind that this is smaller in height. Not so smaller, because it has also this hole is open from the underneath as well, so what I expect is the screw is going to go from this side up, and it is stable enough. Ah yeah, screen, of course. Yeah, these holes, as you can see, are open from underneath. The others are not going to be open from underneath, but so they have all this area to be stable enough. I just put the extras because the model that I have seen, it had that. It's something that, you know, you have to experiment, I guess. I could put them here as well to make it more difficult to break, I guess. What card is that? Didn't pay attention. Yeah, this is the RP2040. This is a SCSI to SD card. This camera never focuses. Yeah, SCSI Compact RP2040. From this side you have SCSI. From here you have the SD card, and it works like a hard disk. I use it on my 1230 Blizzard, which has the SCSI card, and it is great because it gives you much more speed. And I like it because when you have high CPU usage, you don't lose too much of the hard disk speed, because this card, the SCSI card, has DMA. So what I measured is without high CPU usage is around 8 megabytes per second. With CPU usage high, it gets around 7.57 megabytes per second. You can't do that with the internal ID, no matter what you are going to use, even if you have a fast data. Yeah, I have measured that. The only source will be the SD spring. Yeah, and it's not going to be that much, I think. C277 says SCSI was and is great. Yes, it is. I think this I can't understand why I never used SCSI before. Maybe because this kind of cards were not available up to recently. I think this card, which is pretty small, was released 1 year ago, 2 years ago, and that makes it more easy to be used in cases like the 1200. So if these are right, which I doubt that I'm going to have them right with the first time that I'm developing things like that. Okay. So the backside. Maybe actually I'm going to take photos of the actual item and be able to import the photos here and try to put it over the model and see if that goes well or not. Maybe that would be something useful. I have to see how this can be done, to import images here and put them, make the correct size and put them over the model. That's an idea. So if these are here, over here should go the cable. How far away? Let me see. So it's 5.4 centimeters from the end of the screw. let's say that you want to leave some space for the cable, the connector, let's say 6 centimeters. I think it's going to be fine. Okay, the connector is 1.5, 1.6 centimeters, so you need more. Okay, let's say 2 centimeter space and 5.4, 7.4, 7.5 centimeters space from this side. Let me see if that can be used. Javier says, yep, SCSI way better than old IDE on Amiga. I had the SCSI CD rewriter for burning my backups, and with Make CD worked like the charm. Yeah, exactly, and never burning any, and never ruining any CD-ROM. Is it only 2 holes? Yes, it is only 2 holes. It doesn't have any other. As Amiga says, yeah, you can import them and change the opacity of them to see if they line up. That will be a great option. The other great option will be to create this this model, let's say, somehow on a cardboard and take measurements there as well. SCSI on the 3000 was completely irrelevant to CPU usage. Felt like another Amiga controlling the drivers, if that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I remember back in the day, those who wanted to do music editing or video editing, they prefer to use SCSI drives instead of IDE. The only reason that I believe the SCSI drives were abandoned is the cost of them and the cost of the controllers, unfortunately. So let me see, how can I measure something from here, let's say, to here. Can I do that? Okay, 89, and we said 75 we want. Okay, 89. Great, so I have that here. Can I change that? 75. No, I can't change that. Okay. Okay. So what I need to do is, where is it? Like that. So the reason why I measured that is to know where exactly the other card needs to go, the BassMX. So if we leave 75, we need to create here some area to put this card. This card is 4.9 from one side and 6.4 from the other. Should I create a dummy object for this? Maybe. Let's create a dummy object. Let's name it BassMX dummy, and let's have a sketch of it on this plane. That's going to be like that. we said that the long side is 6.4, the small side is 4.9. So the long, let's do it like that, and close. Okay. I'm thinking either to put it horizontally, because also in this computer I have the subway, and if that fits there, I would like to have that as well. It will need some longer cables though. Let me see, how can I change the size of this sketch. Okay, delete it. Let's create it again. I'm still learning. So, please bear with me. I don't think that the subway is going to fit, so let's go with this one. I think I should be able here to see the sizes, like I did with the cycles earlier, but I don't. Why? If I do it bad and say how much it was. Six. Okay. Can I change now its size? Can I? How about here? This is a dummy, it's not going to be over there. just to take some measurements, I guess. So can I get from here there? 52 and we need 74. Okay, so this needs to be moved. Placement, position. No. Yeah. 76. Okay, so we need this to be around here. Okay. And we don't need this one. Actually, there should be a way to measure 2 points, I guess, and you could even if you move the items, these measurements should follow the items. I don't know how this can be done, but let's say that this is the item we want. This is the BassMX, and yeah, I need to fix again its size. Let me see. Position. No, nothing here. You see, if I go to the, let's say one of the cycles, the holes that we created, if I double click on them and go to the constraint, I can change the value here, but I would like to do the same here. So if I go there and click on that, is there a constraint that says the size, constraint horizontal and vertical? There is something for that. If you are sketching, it's the parallel, if I am correct, the red one, but that's between 2 points of your choosing. Yes, this one, I think that is a constraint that 2 lines are parallel, or this one for equal. You can say that this line and this line, these 2 lines are going to be parallel and always equal. Now, toggle driving reference constraint, activate, deactivate constraint. Okay, it's not what we need. constrain horizontal vertical constrains a single line to either horizontal or vertical. No. Constrain block the selected edge from moving. That's not what I want. Alignment, geometry, offset geometry. Polar transform, array transform. There should be one chord constraint distance. Constraints. Constraint distance. Yes, there is one. And that's right. So this needs to be 64. Thanks, Amiga. Okay, and there should be one more constraint. Constraints. Constraint distance. That was 49. Okay, and actually this should be here as well. Great, thank you so much, Amiga. We found it. So, since we have the block, the dummy one, let me push it a little bit higher. So this should be this z-axis, yes. Okay, I will put it much higher. For this, we don't care how high or low it's going to go. The only thing that we should care is to have space to, because okay, I'm going to remove these headers, the RCA, and I'm going to remove also the connection for the power. All these are going to go with cables wherever they need to go. So all the connections, I hope, are going to be done from above, so we don't care from the anything that is going to be from the left or right. But there are some really small holes over here, and we should use some of them to screw that on the base that I'm creating here. So I would like to create these dummy holes on this item, and these are really small. They are 2 millimeters. Okay. So if we go to the sketch and we go to here, we can create a 2 millimeter hole. Got this one. Can I say that is can I give it a constraint distance between two items? Constraint horizontal or vertical distance? Okay, vertical distance from here. Okay, to here. How much? $1.5, I assume. Screen please. Of course, I always forget it. Okay, so I put the hole here, a dummy one, and I'm trying to get a constraint between this part and this part. 1.5. No. What I'm doing wrong. Okay. That seems quite big. I'm pretty sure if I am ever going to print it, it's going to be fully off. So we said this is 49, right? Let's see. 49. Okay. And this small hole is 2 millimeters. Okay. And 1.5 is the space between here and here. Let's go in there. So this one is 2 millimeters. Okay. And sketch constraints. Lock constraint tracks. Okay, that should be this one. Vertical distance. Select exactly one line or up to 2 points from the sketch. Okay. So if I select this and this, and then I do vertical distance, no. If I select this line, and do vertical distance, constraint vertical distance 1.5. Why? Cannot set the datum because the sketch contains conflicting constraints. Okay, so some kind of constraint is conflicting. Which one? So if I was doing this and assign, let's say 5. Okay, 1.5. Okay, now I got it. Because that's not that constraint is not the size of the hole. Okay. So should be like that, should be one like that. So if I go and do this, if I select this one and this point, okay, 1.5 millimeters. Okay, and this should be done with that as well. That I designed might be completely wrong. What I mean by that, here I calculated that this should be 1.8. That the 1.8. But actually 1.8 is from the center to the end of the cycle, so it should be 0.9 or 1 millimeter, and this that is 3.5 should be actually 1.7, something like that, or let's say 2 millimeters, to make it a little bigger. That's how this this should be, and the same is for the other one. So close. Okay, and because the position is exactly the same from the center, it might be the right or wrong, like I wanted. Maybe it is wrong, because I calculated that for being in a different position. So I wanted that to be for this one 4 millimeters from this side. Okay, this needs to be recalculated, I guess. Let me though finish this one, this part. It's not that easy. I thought that doing this kind of models would be much easier, but they are not, especially if you don't know the program that you are using, like me. Okay, can I have a constraint here of 1.5? No. So if I want to put a constraint, I have here 1.5 for this. Is that right? Because I have to measure from the center of the cycle, and this is not right. This should be, since this is 1 millimeter That should be 2.5. 2.5. Okay, and I want the same from the side of it, from here. So I need I'm experimenting right now and see if that is doable somehow. Okay, so what I need is from this and this. Here in the site, at the site you can select other things as well. So can I make it? No. This, can I do it like that? Nope. Okay, that's from the center and that's what. This line, that's the second line, okay. And this one, select exactly one line or up to 2 points from the sketch. Okay. One from the sketch, 1.5, oh sorry, 2.5. No. Oh. This actually can be deactivated if I want to. And say, okay, move it here, but I want to have this over this, sorry, this over this. Okay, again, if I select that point over there, it connects it with the bottom line, which is not what I want to do. So if I select this line and do a constraint, 2.5, yeah, that's not. Okay, if I select this and do a constraint, nothing, to this, can I do it? 64, no, that's not what I want to do. Okay. Okay, if I select this one and this 2.5, so by moving that, it moves also the item. Okay, because I have the constraints. Okay, so if this can be deleted. Now what I want to do is to have one constraint from the other side, but it doesn't seem to be able to do it, or I'm doing something completely wrong. Tries to put a constraint to this line over here, but I don't want to do that. Escape. I select this one and do that. This is the constraint for this length. If I select okay. So here it tries to do it with the top corner. So if it is 2.5, okay. This is a headache, so I need to learn more about that. Okay, let's leave it for now. Until I manage to understand how this can be done, let's just go here and take this, close, okay. Can I copy that? Copy sketcher, control there, and move it. Close it. Control there, okay. Here, control there, one more, and this can go up here and for up here. Great. So that's after all a dummy one, and I will need to revisit it. And I don't want to be so close here, so I'm going to move it a little bit further up. Okay. Here. But to have that somewhere being standing, to have something underneath, I need to fill up these holes over here. So let me, okay, and let's go to the base and the sketch over here and make these part smaller, as well as this one. Needs a little bit more, so I think I will need to put some more constraints here and there so that everything is aligning correctly. Now, should I make it bigger from this side, since this port is going to be further out? This board needs to go somewhere like that. And probably I need to extend the base so that these sides can have somewhere to being screwed, I guess. So let me save in the base. We need to get bigger. But before I do that, let me set this so that I can't ruin it. Not that I won't do that. That's why you need to set all the constraints, because right now if I move it, you see that the size remains the same at the top. The vertical size remains the same no matter where I move it, but the other items are not in the right place, so it will be useful for them to be constrained with the corners and all the stuff. Javier says, what said? Hot glue. Yeah, you're right. But I thought to do a proper work. That's the problem with this stuff. Yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm interested to see the outcome. Yeah, as I said, it just needs to understand better the constraints, understand better how I can set the sizes. I know that these holes here are correct because I created them based on the STL that I found on the internet and the model, and that should be correct. The one that I have here, that's the one. But I also want to create my own stuff, you know. So what I need to do is to create these holes correctly and in the right place. I need to bring images of these boards instead of having these dummy items, or make these dummy items even better if possible, more accurate, and have a look how they are going to fit on this case. And I also need to understand how I can use the measure distance to measure the distances. That is going to be also useful, although that if you play with the constraints you are going to have a better result, I think. So I will say, let me have a look on that, watch a few tutorials and get myself more prepared for the next stream. Play more and be a better knowledge on how this program works. And I hope that then, if this is done, I also want to create a cradle above the individual. Let me show you. I hope that this one might be much easier, but we will see. So let me go to the top camera. The idea for that, and I was looking around, but I couldn't find a ready STL for that. The idea for that is, you remember that the 1200 has a cradle over here that is meant to have the hard disk, right? So the idea is to make one similar but a little bit higher, so that it can hold also the keyboard. When you type, you don't this is going to be much more stable. It is going to be a little bit higher, and above the chip here I would like to put a small fan that is going to push a lot of cold air if possible, but also have a stand, something like here, like that. Having on that cradle, have a stand, a way to keep the Prisma more stable there. And because Prisma doesn't have holes to put screws or anything, I would like to have something like at the side, something that could hold the card, even only in one side, like that from here, or maybe with some wire holding it above the Prisma and above the cradle. That will take a lot of measurement, because there is this cable here that is in the middle, there are these kind of cables over here from the solas. So yeah, that is going to be, I thought it will be easier, but now that I'm looking at it, it's not going to be that easy. And you can't put it too much higher, because there is also a possibility that it's going to find on to touch the keyboard, and it's going to be pushed. So yeah, that's what I want to do actually. How far can we go here? Let me see. Is everything going to fit? I don't know. Should I move the Prisma further here from this side? If possible. Yeah, that's the thing with these expansions. You have to find a way to fit all of them in there. So this is going to take some time. We will see. But if that is done and it finishes, it's going to be much better, I think, than what it is right now. But it needs a lot of work. Or use hot glue, like Javier said. Hot glue, in one day everything is going to be fine. Chito says, man, at the end you'll produce a new classic Amiga. Maybe. I think that if you put everything in place in the right way, this Amiga can be easily travel with me to Greece if it is needed at some point, right? I know that this Amiga was used in a lot of events. It traveled almost anywhere, and I went, not in Germany yet, but we will see. Javier says, imagine how I have poster frames in my wall. Chito77 says, Amicam. Yeah, Amicam. Next year we have to make it happen. yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'm going to work a little bit offline on that, and actually to learn the program a little bit more. I'm not an expert, but I like to do things to create as much as possible and experiment with new stuff that I haven't done so far. Off-camera modeling, yes, exactly. And I think that is useful to be shared here in my stream, because others might get a boost from my side to create your own stuff. If I manage to make it happen and work, I probably going to share the models with others if they are working as they should work, and they are not so bad. And of course, have it printed and set it up inside the Amiga. That will be a great stream. So that's it for today. Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you Z277. Thank you Javier for being here. Thank you SLD Snake for being with me. Thank you Deluxe 1260 for coming over. Now I'm tempted to finally upgrade my Amiga 1200 B1260. Wow, with SCSI kit, but where to get this gem these days? If you are talking about this ZuluSCSI, this compact SCSI that I'm using, this is available on many different e-shops, and you can buy it. The only problem I had it was with the cable, that I had to make it myself. Otherwise, it is easy to find the card, and trust me, it is very good. Maybe the next stream, next Friday, I might power up this Amiga and have a look on that, and maybe play a couple of games of the new games that were released recently. So thank you SLD Snake for being here. Thanks everyone in the chat. I hope that was a little bit interesting. It is completely different from what I have done so far, but get prepared, because every stream might be different from now on. Thank you Ryan also for passing by. We have to communicate this weekend because we have to do a lot of stuff together. And yeah, thanks everyone again for staying with me. I would like also to let you know that I have my own Amiga blog at coffee.com/Volkero. You can find there everything that I am working on and everything that is related with Amiga. Amiga OS 4, Amiga OS 3, and all around it. And also I would like to thank my monthly supporters, who are Breed, Christopher White, Daniel Zedlika, Emek, Gabriel Falcon 11 Sokol, Livelord, and Tim Grooms. Thanks again everyone, have a great weekend, and see you soon. Bye bye.